morning, everyone. Ron Nicoletti here, along with Samantha Perry. Another nice day here in South Florida. Partly cloudy skies, but shouldn't affect us this afternoon. We got a fast-made track firm turf course, and of course the all-weather Tapeta. And what a day! We saw a couple of really nice performances yesterday.
Yeah, we did, Ron. Some quick ones at that.
Yeah, you know, Super Chow was great. Of course, a Big Invasion was fantastic. Went in the race, and of course, from Saffie Joseph Jr. That's one fast filly.
Yep, she is. She is an accomplished girl, so excited to see what she brings to the table the rest of the meet.
Yeah, we'll be. I'm sure you'll hear lots about her this afternoon. Once again, fast main track. And here's the big news: $500,000 in the Rainbow Six, races 5 through 10 this afternoon. So that's you want to jump in? Boy, I paid $600 yesterday, and you had a couple of free squares if you like Super Chow and Big Invasion, and it still was able to pay $600. So it's a great bet. And with all that done, we can now get to the action. The first race is going to be 1 1/8 on that firm turf course. Maiden special weight filly, 3-year-olds. And Brian put an early pick 5 ticket together, so let's check it out together, and we'll talk about this race in a moment. He's got 3 deep in race 2. He's using the 2 up street as one of his horses, Mutola, and also Dixie Groove. In race number 3, he's got the 5 on there, Neophyte. He's got the 3 Cheers for Kittens. So thinking sort of like I'm thinking today, which is not good for him. Same 2 in race number 4. I don't know what order he has them in, but always Royal and Major Price, and lots of coverage in that wide open 5th race. I got a 30-1 shot. I'm trying to wake up in there.
Yeah, you might too. And I love the single here in this first race, Ron.
Yeah, Root Course is a half to $700,000 earner called Vertical Oak, stretching out the 9 furlongs. First start since finishing second in her mile in his 16th debut at Saratoga. So I found a stat on Chad Brown I want to show you. A layoff of 180 days or longer on the turf right here at Gulfstream Park. He's 9 for 37, 24%. 51% in the money, 156 is the return of investment.
Yeah, that's not a very big return on investment, but you know, you get what you give here with Chad Brown. He's one of the top turf trainers in the U.S. for a reason.
I actually thought it would be lower because of all the things we were saying. You 0 for this
that's
with
true,
turf wars. I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the win percentage, that's pretty good. You both and I, it looks like the one to beat. And how good has Irad been going? Just in great guns. Now you went with the 7 in second, and that's Taro Wet.
Yeah, this is a first-time starter for the Christophe Clement barn. That's a barn that's been firing super hot as well. You know, what are you going to get with this horse? The fact that he hasn't had an out yet. He's drawn well for it, though. This is a nice filly here. And, you know, Pioneer of the Nile has actually been okay with producers on the grass here. It's funny. This horse is half brother Pintos. I used to gallop for Brendan Walsh.
Really?
Yeah, he was a big gray horse, and if you grabbed him in the mouth, he would run off. But if you just dropped your reins, he was a big puppy dog. But a lot of people got into a lot of trouble with him. Yeah, because you would grab him going to the pole to work, and you'd be done. You'd hear Brendan Walsh on the radio going, "Slow down."
4 is another one from Christophe Clement's barn, the first-time starter where I went. So daughter Tonalist debuting for Christophe. Lasix, and what I liked about it, steady work kept showing up at Payson Park on their turf course.
Right.
Tyler Gaffalione, a couple of really nice wins. He had a 3-win day yesterday, so I put that one on the ticket. You can go with both of those on the ticket.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's 6 to 1, half a dozen the other. You probably got to use both of them if you put an exact or a try together. And then, you know, we also like What's Good, who's stepping up the competition for Kent Sweezy.
Yeah, and she ran really well on her second time out. She kind of took a nice, easy lead there. You know, this is going to be her probably best use in this race is to go to the lead here.
Let's go to race number 2 this afternoon, and it's going to be 1 mile on the fast main track. These are maiden claiming fillies, 3-year-olds, $12,500. And Samantha, you have an early pick 4 ticket you want to talk about.
I do, and we're going to get to this race in just a second. I was talking with you about it yesterday. This second race is a tough one. In race number 3, I'm singling with the 9. That's Harry's on the Beach for the Victor Barboza barn. Race number 4, this one could be a bit problematic on the Tapeta here. The 2, though, bestseller is my top pick, making his first start on the Tapeta. And in race 5, a 5 furlong maiden special weight event, I put the 12 on top, side eye for the Brian Lynch barn, a second-time starter. I don't like the post position, but we'll see what we can get worked out. 3150, the play for me.
Yeah, it looks like Portofino is going to be a major player in that spot, too. The 5 horse, which you also use. Getting back to the second race, I went with the 2 Upstart, who's dropping to the 12 level on the main track. He showed some early interest and faded against 12-5 maidens going a mile in the 16th on the turf. David Fawkes is good with turf to dirt. You did, too. We just used the advantage. We thought it was going to be a tough race, and we got the same track.
Yeah, we do. I think anybody can win this race. Except Black Ice.
I know. I knew you were going to say
yeah,
that.
that's the only horse I think that cannot win this race. Is he's burnt so much money his last 3 outs. This is why I don't have him. Ron's got him 4th. This is the one horse here. She's just, she's a nice filly, but she just can't put it together.
Yeah, and you got Matola. We both have Matola, Dixie Groove. They look like logical contenders in that one. And, I always tease you about that. But a race like that, it's good to have coverage.
Yeah, it really is.
Yep. I always teased it, and him and Brian.
Yeah.
Your handicap is not number pickers, but that's a story for another day. You'll hear it from me again. Getting to race number 3 this afternoon. About 5.5 on the Tapeta. Claim is 3 up. Non-winners of 2 in life. 12-5 down to 10 scratch. The 2 horse in this race. You got a video you wanted to show of Neophyte and Harry's on the beach.
Yep, they're coming out of the same race here. We're just going to pick it up at the stretch. We have Neophyte on the outside. Look at Harry's on the beach. Nowhere to be seen, kind of. At the top of the stretch, you think this horse is going nowhere. And Jose Ortiz actually did a really good job. So just Neophyte's the 2 there, running on very nicely. Now Banker's Hours, the 4, ended up winning the race. There's Neophyte trying to catch up. But look at that move Harry's on the beach made, the 3 in that lime green cap. I think this was a nice move. He was way too far back at the top of the stretch and ran very well. Now that was coming off a little bit of layoff, and I'm willing to give this horse another shot.
Yeah, I read Ortiz Jr. will be in the saddle today. I did put the number 5 Neophyte on top, who moves to the red hot Marty Drexel barn after the claim. And that was sort of the reason. You look at that last race, he rallied 7 wide to finish second. I got a stat I want to show you on Marty Drexler. First after the claim. Now, this is at Gulfstream Park, all surfaces. Just in the past 90 days, he's 5 for 16, 31% in the money, and just 303 return investment in the money 56% of the time. That's amazing that you're able to claim a horse and come back and win with a horse. So I thought there's something that you have to look at. Harry's on the beach for all the reasons you mentioned. That was a great race. I also used the 3 Cheers on Kitten, who has its claiming tag sliced in half, stepped up off that 12-5 maiden victory, didn't fare that well. Safi, Edgard, combo, drop down, turn back.
Yeah, that's all things of a winning recipe, right?
Yeah, you would think that this horse is spotted well today. 6-1 on the line, and always love to get Safi around 6-1. Usually doesn't work out that way.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes. Let's flip the page, go to race number 4. About 1.70 miles on the Tapeta. Starter optional claimers. These are 3-year-old fillies that started for 25 or less, or the tag of 75. And you got a nice field in here. And I want to hear about the number 2 bestseller. I had a little further down. I know you had this one right on top.
Yeah, this is just a filly that the Mike Maker barn has done such a good job with switching horses to this Tapeta surface here. This is a horse that was training here at Gulfstream, then went to a string for a little bit at Palm Meadows. Now has been training back locally here for this race. The dirt last time was just kind of a little too much for her. I think that the Tapeta, it should bode well for her. Second off the layoff in Irad.
Yeah, I had trouble with this race.
Yeah.
This is the one that I had really trouble with. And I went with Always Royal in here that you didn't use, and I could sort of understand that because it's going to face winners on the Tapeta after responding to the addition of blinkers with that driving score. It was against 35 maidens. It was going a mile in his 16th on the turf. Bobby Hetz Jr., he's okay with 20%, 19% with the surface switch. Tyler Gaffleone.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the right horse. It's a tough one, but I was enamored. But it's so hard, as we mention all the time, to win a break your maiden and come right back.
Yeah, it is. Especially she's not doing it on a lot of rest. And with fillies, it's not my biggest it's hard for them sometimes. And she was all out to win that race. Sometimes you wonder, will it take a little bit out of them?
What about the 5, Major Price, who broke a maiden on the Tapeta and did it by open lengths?
Yeah, she did. And then she came back on the grass 2 different times in very tough competition. Now she's back with her friends, and she should really relish being back here.
Yeah, and I think, you could see by our selections,
Yeah,
we're all over the
over.
place. So if you want to hit the all button here, I'll forgive you just a little bit, not too much. But we'll take a very short break. When we come back, we'll have my Rainbow Six ticket.
And they're off.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today, Ron and Samantha. A nice day here in South Florida. And, of course, the big news this afternoon is going to be that $500,000 gross jackpot guaranteeing the Rainbow Six. And, boy, they don't make it easy around here. We're going to have a field of 12, 5 furlongs on the turf, maiden special weight 3-year-olds. Here is my ticket this afternoon. And you're going to see I went 4 deep in here because I got a bomber that I'm hoping I can wake up. And then we'll talk about this race in a moment. In race number 6, I used Short Circuit, Machisma, and Kosi. In race number 7, got some coverage. It's Grape Nuts Warrior, the 6, Indy Line, Victor. Let's go down to race number 9, and I'm singling this horse today, especially with the scratches, hoping him. I thought he ran very well on the turf last time. He had to steady a little bit. He had a chance. That was the unknown. This is an absolute monster on the Tapeta. We'll see what happens. Here's where I'm light. I wanted to keep it 43.20, and I just went with Mr. Rhodium and Night Ride in the last 11 and 5 for me. So $43.20.
And you went 5 out of 6 yesterday.
Yeah, I went 5 out of 6. Their first race, if I just would have added Richie, but, that's it. But
It was still a good ticket.
yeah, I tried. And I changed it around yesterday. It was not my normal way of doing it.
Yeah.
2 singles on the ticket, but maybe we'll get them today. Now, I'm going to talk about my long shot before you show your video.
Okay.
And here's why I like it. 30-1 on the morning line. So stay with me here. Now in the Ruben Sierra barn, the son of Decisive Moment. He's a half-brother to Warrior's Pride. If you knew Warrior's Pride, he won both the Bob Humphrey and the Texas Glitter Stakes, which we will have here next Saturday. When sprinting here at Gulfstream Park on the grass, I like the fact that Junior Alvarado's named to ride. He's just an interesting long shot to me, and they're just on the breeding angle.
Yeah, it is. And, you have to debut these horses on the dirt most of the time, unless they scream turf, which this horse kind of does, but the turf will always be there, so you can always, it's hard to switch him back and forth. This is a horse that if he takes to the grass, watch out.
Yeah, and that's why you're going to get rewarded if it does.
Exactly.
Now, so you went with the number 12 on top of your ticket, and that is Side Eye, Brian Lynch, and second-time starter?
Yep, they tried to get him on the turf last time, and it was rained off. On the Tapeta, it was a big field that Dr. Oseron is in next week, I believe, in that 5-furlong turf sprint race here on next Saturday. So going into stakes competition, this is a horse that I think will move up very well on the grass. He's been working well. If you watch the videos on xbtv.com of him working for the Lynch barn, the 12 post, that's not the best, but we'll see what we get.
12 posts isn't as bad with 5 furlongs in my estimation.
Yeah.
It's when you get those 7.5 with that short run or the mile, it's really, really tough. Hey, this barn, who's been doing better than them?
Right.
But, we talked when I was talking about my long shot and your pick, the logical ones maybe be Lawful, Portofino, Monet Never, so you have a video of those 3.
Yep, these 3 are all coming out of the same race here, and I actually think Lawful ran really, really well. So Portofino's there on the outside. Now Golden Nugget, this horse is also running in that stake I mentioned of Dr. Oseron, who won the race here. Now Portofino's the 4. Lawful is the 10 horse. Okay, so let's pick up Lawful there. You see in the purple, this horse kind of looks like he has no chance. Now Portofino's really game, but look when Lawful got some running room, he ran really well, actually. Now, Portofino still beat him, but he was still shuffled behind horses.
Yeah, and Chiri's going to add blinkers
Yep.
today. I think it's going to help this horse. Blinkers and Tyler Gaffleone for this assignment. Tyler better have a good day if I want to get some winners in here. And as I mentioned when we were talking about this race, Portofino wheels back. On paper, he's the one to beat.
Yeah, he is. If he can run to that type of race there, then yeah.
You would think, but
Right.
it's like you said, it's always tough to repeat things. But so I'm taking a bit of a shot there. We'll see how it goes. Race number 6 this afternoon is about 1.70 on the Torpedo. Claimers, fillies, and mares, 4-year-olds and up. Once again, a big field of 11. You like big fields, you've come to the right place. And Samantha's got a late pick 5 ticket she wants to show you.
Yeah, I do. And this was a tough sequence here. Just going too deep in this race, I could go a lot further, but to try to keep it a nice price. We'll get to this in just a moment. Race number 7, the 6 is my top pick, Grape Nuts Warrior. Hopefully going to get that one in the winner's circle. Had some trouble with this horse as of late. Race 8, it's claiming $35,000 on the Tapeta. This is a tough one as well. The number 9, though, I'm going with on top, DeColdest. We've got a replay as well. And on race number 9, that's my single as well. Hoping him, even without the scratches, he was always my top pick. This is a really cool horse. In race number 10, maiden optional claimer, 6 furlongs on the dirt. Another tough one. It's instinctual, though, with the blinkers off for the Saffie Joseph barn. $27.
Yeah, that's the one I left out, and I didn't want to leave out on the ticket
yeah.
because I wanted to keep it, my 43.20, which that's all I could afford after not getting that one yesterday.
Ooh,
so
yeah.
getting back to this race, we both, I believe, have Short Circuit on top.
Yeah.
Who was sharp, defeating $10,000 on the Tapeta, 2 starts back, returns to the all-weather, stepped up off the claim by Jack Abrams, and finished a prompter pace in fade 6. On the turf.
Yeah, and this barn of Jack Abrams and Ron Abrams, their father and son, they had a really nice win last weekend. I forget, Built Different, I think was the horse's name on the Tapeta, and that was a really nice horse. They're doing some good work here. This is just kind of an old knocking mare. She does well on the Tapeta. She loves the Tapeta here, actually.
I misspoke. You did have Machismo on top.
I did put Machismo on top. This was a so close of a finish last time. Now, Machismo, 2 starts back, could not get past Short Circuit, but maybe she can flip the tables on him today.
The number 11, Co-C, was 4th behind Short Circuit, 2 starts back, and 4th behind Machismo last time out. Going to try and reverse those outcomes with that outside stalking trip for Bobby DeBona, Sonny Leone. Yeah, I put it on the ticket. I don't know about the win.
Yeah, but this is a horse that if I could add on my ticket, I probably would as well. Yeah, because, they're all coming out of this same race, and you see in these Tapeta races, the tables switch a lot.
Yeah, I did use that one on there, but like I said, it went a little light in the last race, but we'll get to that soon. 7th race today, back on the turf in a mile. Claim is 4 and up, non-winners of 3 in life, or race in September 19th. $35,000 scratch. The 2 horse in here, Tetragrammaton, whatever it is, Tetragrammaton. I was just joking around.
Tetragrammaton.
Tetragrammaton.
You obviously weren't very good at geometry, were you?
No.
That was like
That was
100 years ago, though, right?
Yeah, well, we did it with an abacus.
I don't even know what that is.
See, I'm dating myself and you're dating yourself in a good way
there
for you.
Go.
Well, mile on the turf. Brian's got a ticket. Let's look at it. Whoa, he got deep in here. Race number 8, he's got everybody just about. Race 7 and race number 8. Once again, he's got, just lots of good coverage. I like this ticket he put together.
I
Race
do
number
too.
9, hoping him. Looks real tough. And in the last race, he singled the 3. And that's that race. I like that idea because you either got to take 8 horses or take a stand.
Yep, exactly. And that's a horse for one of 2 Saffie Joseph horses. So $10, punch it twice.
Yeah. Grape Nuts Warrior, we both have on top, who's going to the Mike Baker barn.
Yeah, and maybe that will be what it takes to get this horse to win. $35,000 claiming level. They've claimed this horse a couple times now, from Chad Brown to Jorge Delgado, now Mike Maker. Blinkers go on. And Mike Dub Silks, you can't miss those coming down the stretch.
Yeah, Tyler Gaffleone, once again, he could have a big day today.
He could, yeah.
Indy Lions, a 4-time turf winner, goes back to the grass, finished 5th in a productive 35 optional claimer on the Tapeta, produced an impressive next out winner, Carruthers, who came back and won the other day, and also Ali Oop Johnny, I believe it was. So Shamir there, Mirage, has Jose Ortiz overseeing that surface switch today. That Carruthers might be a real nice horse.
Yeah, and Alley of Johnny's really just proven really tough as well. Getting back to the turf now, this is this guy's preferred surface, so I think it should be a nice race.
And I threw on Invictive. I wanted to talk about this. It's just stepping up the competition. Why? This one showed major improvement with blinkers when he rallied last time. He defeated those 2 lifetime claimers. Now, you're going to get a good price in this horse. You're getting Louis Saez, Jane Sabelli. That barn's really started to heat up. It was, 1, 2, or 3 over the last couple of weeks. So maybe you throw this horse underneath on your ticket.
Yeah, maybe. And you just have to note riders sometimes as well. Now, Jose Ortiz is on Indy Lion.
And the number 9, Uno Tiger, you got to talk to Kathleen. That was a special day yesterday.
Yeah, it was. It's a huge accomplishment for her, the all-time winningest female trainer.
In North America. Yeah, just great. And how could you not have Kathleen somewhere on your ticket? Paco Lopez in the saddle.
Yep, This is a jockey that's starting to heat up a bit more now as well.
Let's go to race number 8 this afternoon, and this one is 5 furlongs, about distance on the Tapeta 3-year-olds, $35,000. Scratch the 1 Legend, and you do have a video you want to show here, and D. Coldis is your top pick.
Yeah, this is a race with DeColdis, Bourbon Therapy, and Courageous Copper here. Now, Courageous Copper had the lead the whole way on this race for the Mary Leitner barn. This was a horse stepping up after just breaking the maiden. Now, DeColdis there on the outside making a really nice run here. And this was, this horse ran a winning race here. This 7 horse looked like was just going to run by. Now, Bourbon Therapy's on the 5 horse on the far outside making a really nice run. Now, National Unity ends up winning the race, the 6, which gets up just in time. DeColdis runs 3rd. Now, Bourbon Therapy on the outside running on, galloped out past all of them.
Yeah, galloped out past. I got the one on the ticket, but DeColdis is changing barns today, going to the Claudia Gonzalez barn. Let's show you a stat. First after the claim on the Tapeta right here at Gulfstream Park. He's 5 for 15, 33%, 53% in the money. 289 is the return investment. You knew it was going to be a good number now. I did go with best defense on top. I drop into the 35 level. So we'll see how it plays out. And Bourbon Therapy just came flying at the end. And that's that rematch we're going to see.
Yeah, it is. And best defense has some speed as well.
Yeah.
So, and this is the second start with the Mike Maker barn.
Yeah, just that speed and Tyler. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Wow, boy, I picked a lot of horses with Tyler.
Yeah,
You don't realize it till after you.
Exactly. Yeah, he had 3 wins yesterday, so he's riding well. Yeah,
I'm liking that. He's a great rider anyway. So the 9th race, a little bit of a scratch problem in here. 5 furlongs on the turf allowance, optional claimer. 4-year-olds and up, the optional tag. But we did lose High Front, City Drifter, and Biz Buzz. Jockey on the 5 is now going to be MCL Jaramillo on that number 5 step forward. So I know you had this video of them, a couple scratched out, but hoping you can see how well he ran.
Was he always your top pick?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
he was mine as well. But
no, he's my best bet of the day.
Okay, yeah, mine too. If he wasn't your top pick before the scratches, I think that this race just is a good testament to how well he ran, and I was going to try to convince some people, but now I don't have to convince anybody. Hoping him. Biz Buzz is out, so no worries about him. He had the lead the whole way. Look at that fraction he's sent. 20 and 4 was so game. Now, the winner of this race is the 5 on the rail. Louis Saez there in a very bold move up the rail. Now, Hoping Him looks like the winner. 5 gets a little bit of room now. I was talking to Barry Croft about this. The horse wasn't lugging in or anything like that. Jose said he saw Louis coming up the rail and he didn't want to get him.
Remember that, yeah.
Yep, and he just had to grab the horse a little bit. Otherwise, you're going to put your colleague into the rail. You can't do that. His horse was kind of slowing down. He made the right move there. The way this turf course was yesterday, Ron, who's going to pick up this horse down the lane?
Yeah,
it's fast.
Yeah, it's fast. Exactly. So the number 3 Axum certainly moves up with the scratches of High Front and Biz Buzz. Finished 4th behind him and, of course, Hoping Him last time. So this one looks like it's going to be right there at the wire. And then I threw the 5 on. Step Forward is debuting on the turf. Solid all-weather sprint campaign at Woodbine and Turfway. It's Mark Cassie.
Yeah.
Maybe this horse wakes up on the grass and They're going to have their running shoes on to beat Open him.
Yeah, they will. Big time.
So that is race number 9. We'll go to the final race on the card today, and it is 6 furlongs, a maiden optional claim at 3-year-olds. Optional tag is $50,000 if you're not a Florida bred. And let's start it off with your number 2, Instinctual, who's going to the Saffie Joseph Jr. barn.
Yeah, one of 2 horses here for the Saffie Joseph barn. Blinkers come off. If you go back to this horse's first 2 outs with Todd Pletcher, they were nice efforts at Colonial and here over this surface. Look at the horses he was facing at Colonial. 2 fills, Free Soul. Those horses all came back to win again. So, this was a bold claim by the Saffie Joseph barn. $50,000 tag. That's not just giving a horse away here. They're pulling the blinkers off immediately. I love that here. They just kind of tried him last time the Pletcher barn did. Let's pull him back off. Edgar Zayas now, he draws the rail now, which could be problematic, but we'll see what we get.
I went with the number 11 horse in here, and that's Mr. Rhodium, and I'll tell you why. Listed as a gelding today, so first-time gelding.
Yep.
I like that. Going back to the main track after finishing third against those 50 maiden optional claimers, going 5 furlongs on the Torpedo for Eddie Plesa Jr. So second-time Lasix and going to the dirt. Paco Lopez in the saddle. Sort of intriguing to me.
Yeah, and this is I love the fact that they've gelded this horse now. A lot of horses need this, and I like to wait kind of the second race off the gelding, but this is a barn that is doing really well right now as well.
And what'd you see with O'Connor Sunset in here, and this one from ran well. A red's in the saddle, so you got to look at it.
Exactly. Yep. This is first off the claim from Mr. Service here. Going back to the dirt, I do like a lot. And this horse has been very popular at the claiming box, and it's not like they've been giving them away either. Look at these tags: 30,000, 50,000, now 35,000. Just his third start on the Gulfstream Park dirt course here, and I think that we'll get some speed in him today.
And, I just wanted to mention real quick, I'm looking down here, Powertrain, the 3, I believe, is Brian Single in this last race.
Yeah,
the other one from Saffie. So,
yeah.
Getting Lasix. So maybe you use a horse like that. It's a wide open affair.
It is.
Like we said, you either do what Brian did or I did. You can do a couple of horses in here, and you hope for the best because it's a lot of horses changing surfaces and everything like that.
Yeah.
But, so really exciting. 10-race card, almost over about $125,000 already in the pick 5 pool, which has just been great. Oh, by the way, in this last race, besides the one being scratched, the number 10 Far From Home will be Chantal Sutherland will be riding that horse this afternoon. But Pete will be on after we're done with the lightning round and give you all the scratches and everything you need to have fun today. So we got a abbreviated lightning round, but a good one today. I'm going to show, there was a horse, Arcangelo, trained by Jenna Antonucci, that was really sharp in victory.
Yeah, big time. I thought that there was nobody beating one of the Pletcher horses yesterday, the 4 horse, and she was nice. Look at her here. He was nice, pardon me. He just ran down his competition like they were standing still. And look at how much dirt he took as well.
Yeah, and he was just really impressive. And, Brian said right after the race, Florida Derby, I don't know what the connection is going to do. And that's basically wanted to show it because here's a horse that can go and maybe get some points and get into the Kentucky Derby if everything goes right. And the Florida Derby would be a perfect spot.
Right.
I mean, you got to beat the Forte, but everybody else, it's up for grabs.
Exactly, yep.
Your best bet today?
Hope in him.
Hope in him. Same with me. So just click it there twice, and we'll move on. Your long shot today?
Oh, side eye for Brian Lynch.
Yeah, and I have that Bomber, and it is in the same race. Decisive Pride, 30-1. That's a grass breeding play for me. How good was Super Chow? I always call races like this jiggy jogs in the park. That's why we put that up there. And Super Chow proved to be just too tough for these horses. And good ride by Chantal Sutherland.
Yeah, I mean, this horse broke so flat-footed, sat off the pace. And, this is such a good testament to Chantal. She did not panic. She just sat there cozy. How much confidence, do that? You with horses like this, Ron, you just have a partnership with them. And she's won so many races on this horse. She just fits him like a glove here, and look at the versatility he's shown now.
Yeah, and he didn't drift out. He's always been known to drift out a little bit in the stretch, and he was straight through the lane. So, and Chantal kept him out of trouble, so it was a good performance.
Yeah.
And how big was Big Invasion, I should say, and it closes to win the Silks Run. This horse did not look like it was going to get there.
Yeah, not at all. And I know you talked to Miguel Clement. They go, we didn't think he was going to win this one. It looked like it was just a little prep for him. And that just goes to show how naturally talented this horse is.
He's amazing. He had the 6 in a row last year, and then, he stubbed his toe a little bit, in Kentucky, but comes back and just was incredible to close in that race, and just a great ride by Joel Rosario on that horse.
Yeah, it really was. It was a nice for him to find the winner's circle there.
Well, that's it for us. Of course, we're going to be joined throughout the afternoon with Brian and Claudia, and of course, Samantha and I will be here all day. And enjoy your afternoon here, and try and take down about $500,000 if you can in the Rainbow Six. Why not, right?
Easy money, right?
Yeah, it's an easy game for us, right? Here's Pete Aiello with the changes.
Introducing the first racing tool from Pegasus to Preakness. Iconic venues. World-class racing. Millions at stake. New champions will be crowned. Only at first.